Hello everybody, Dark Phoenix into 92 here, and welcome to my live stream of Cities Skylines. And here's to hoping this goes okay. And you may be getting a little echo because I just realized I forgot to mute my video preview and it was playing just now. So anyways, time for us to get into this. Just as soon as I raise the audio volume a little bit. There we go. And the actual name of the stream should be telling you already what I'm going to be calling my city. There's not really a whole lot to talk about, but I will say this. I've not played a massive amount of Cities Skylines, and I've never gotten the population of my city bigger than 100,000 people. So bear that in mind. Sorry, was just checking to make sure I hadn't accidentally forgotten to unmute my microphone or something through XSplit. And we're going to go with the islands map just because I like it. And just so you know, I don't have the Natural Disasters DLC just yet, but I do have the After Dark and Snowfall, or whatever the name of it is, DLCs, so I will be running with those. Oh darn. I clicked start without actually naming my city. So we're gonna have to restart this once it gets in. So, a little bit of fail at the beginning, unfortunately. Sorry about that. And according to Twitch, there's one person watching this, so hello whoever you are. Provided it doesn't actually think that I'm the one person watching this because I have my dashboard open. Back to the main menu though, so we can do this properly. And just so you know, like pretty much every stream that I'm going to be doing from now on, this is only actually going to be about an hour and a half long. Just because that's the length of time that works best, since the majority of my streams are going to be on weekdays, and those will be pretty down to the wire, for lack of a better phrase, because I have to leave at 11:30 to get to my morning classes. Well, mid-morning / afternoon classes, and so they're at 12:30. And I'll be running my streams from probably like 9:30 or 9, depending on when I decide to do them, until about 11 o'clock. So yeah, the name of our city will be Parsonsburg. And there's actually no special significance or anything to this name. I just googled Cities Skylines name generator and pressed the generate button a couple of times until I found one I liked and picked it. That's how I got this name, and that's actually how I get most of my names for anything. And I'm not actually running any mods in this, in case anyone's wondering. I might add a few later down the line, but at the moment I don't have any. Hello, add some roads, blah de blah. And this is one thing I'm definitely gonna mod in the future. The fact that I have to do this to be able to get the better roads. At least what I consider the better roads. The less restrictive ones, let's just say. Hang on. And first I have to start setting up my city and add some roads and stuff. So... I'll do that, I think. Then that. There we go. Now people can come in and go straight back out again. Though I don't know why it's still showing this as if it's not connected. That is bizarre. What the hell is going on there? That's what I want to know. Let me see here. And we're gonna go out this way a little bit, I think. And my cities tend to be very boring for the most part. So squares and what have you, like this, tend to make up my cities. And I'm not actually very good at making straight lines or anything, so you shouldn't expect anything straight or orderly. But I wonder, why is it like that? And how much of a problem is that going to be? We'll build around that in a little bit, and first of all, before I do anything else, this is going to be my housing sector for the time being. Over here is going to be industrial, and sort of on the way into town I'm going to put commercial. But because one, it's cheaper, and two, I'm trying to avoid Pollutionville, I am also going to be going for green energy when and where I can. This is going to be how we deal with water, though. Put them like that so we don't make our populace sick. And we don't need a wire for that because it's so close by. Very handy indeed. We'll run one to there, though. Like that, and like that, I think. Because this little area over here is going to be our industry for the time being. Because we're gonna need to have a little bit of industry. Just because that's where the real jobs come in. I might replace it with farms later on. I haven't really decided yet. But for now, I'll stick in a bit of industry. I'm not going to super industry that whole area, just those 2 squares. Yada yada yada. Now though, we have to set up our water. As we're going to need to give water to the places we want to have people living or working. Do that. And that. I'll go to this, and we still have about 10,000 left. So, I am going to save Parsonsburg _1. Not the best name, but I've never been the best at naming things. Now, resume. And we'll keep it on pretty low speed for now. And just watch things get built. As we're going to... People really want housing at the beginning because they want to move in. So, I'm going to give them a little more, actually. That'll do, I think. We may need to add some more housing districts over this way, actually. And I am going to do that. And I am aware that these areas do kind of look hideous. I'm used to that. Square. There we go. As far as power goes, put in a touch more water. To cover up everything there. And power, I'm going to wait and see what we actually need before I do anything. And a couple of commercial zones, I suppose. Knowing my luck, I'm probably... Yeah, I just want to... Just to be safe here. I can't do it yet. I don't know what's wrong here, honestly. Well, we're going to have to reload. And I need to figure out why my roads are apparently not connected. I've never had this happen before. Okay, we'll do this. That should fix it. Alright then. And I'm probably going to install that mod that makes Chirpy go away. I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of Chirpy. And he tends to tick me off a little bit. For now, we're going to construct some housing and get people moving into our city. Why is our population not growing at all? That's what I want to know. There should be at least some population growth. It seems like. Doesn't make any sense. And hello to everyone who's watching this. I hope you enjoy watching me fail. As I haven't the slightest clue why we're not having any population growth. City statistics. Yeah, now I just know there's something wrong. It says we're meeting the demand for residential. And yet we have a population of 0. This is completely asinine. I should have at least some population right now. I do not understand. I really do not understand how we can have 0 population. And this needs to get fixed, because right now we are hemorrhaging money. And I don't understand how there can be unhappiness. I mean, we don't have citizens to be happy or unhappy. Yeah, right now I'm afraid the whole thing has me quite baffled. What? I have one, though. Lovely. How is it that I have no sewage drain capacity, though? I do not understand. What's going on here? Ugh. Oh, for now. Destroy that one. Place it down there. Okay, time to reload again. I don't get what's going on here. Nor do I understand how I have 0 drainage capacity. Oh well. How are you not operating? I would like to know this. How is this a thing? How is this a thing? I need to know. This makes no sense. I know I'm reloading a lot, but this first session with cities is probably going to be me figuring out how the hell this is a thing. And right now you get to watch me Google things using the Steam overlay. Actually, no, I won't even make you watch. But I have to figure this out. Okay, well, I can't seem to figure out what's going on. So I am going to actually restart my game and see if starting over fixes this weird thing with the sewage. Again, islands, and same name as before. As I'm determined to have this be the name of my city. Okay then. And I'll build both of them to there. But I'm also going to do that so they can turn around if they decide, no, this city is not for me. Which people will probably end up doing, because this is a city that's being built and run by me. So there'll probably be plenty of people that don't want to stick around. But we'll see. Do that and get myself some housing places up and running. Okay, and hello. If you're watching this, this is about my third restart because of irritating problems that I don't know why they're occurring. Try to get water set up. Again, and I have got to do that first. That'll do. And 720 there. over here can go what little bit of industry we're going to set up. And yeah, I know my roads are incredibly, stupidly, in fact, crooked. You're going to have to deal with it. I'll just get this little bit of industry set up for when they start wanting it. And also... I'm thinking... just past where these fellows are at. We stick one of these in. I'll expand these roads later, but the idea is to have a little central area for commercial stuff. A little shopping center of sorts. Don't have enough money for water in that central area. Let's hope I haven't completely screwed this up, though I probably have. I can get rid of this area for the time being. I'll put it back once I actually have cash. But why the actual fuck is my sewage treatment not doing anything? What's going on? Or is it just that we don't have anything up and running yet? Ah. Good, good. That's working now. Well, for whatever reason, I'm not gaining population. Oh, there we go. People are moving in. Thank the Lord. I guess I had to restart or didn't wait long enough or whatever. I really don't know. Now, we'll eventually start turning a profit, and when my city gets big enough that I make a little more money, because you get a bonus for hitting the next level. Are you serious? Well, they'll have to deal with no water for a little bit. Yes, that was my initial thought. actually... might be best to shrink the amount of industry I'm asking them to make, at least until I have a bit more cash on hand. And now we're going into the negatives. Granted, we're going into the negatives slower, as I'm getting to the point where I'm able to make more money, and we'll start making that all back soon. So that's going to be helpful, but we apparently don't have water there. Little hamlet we have reached. The Yoda imitation I did there was completely unintentional, I assure you. How are we doing? We need more power, though. Pop one down there. And I think it's time for some local retail. To take up and start living around here. We'll put a few on the way in. Put one there. And then zone in industry in those areas I had to ditch before, or to save money. There we go. And some local commercial zones start to show up. Very nice indeed. Two speed, I think. And we've now started to make a profit. Our city is now bringing in money rather than hemorrhaging it. We're also increasing in population by quite a bit. So we're doing okay for a tiny little town that we are. But we're going to start to need other things like landfill sites and stuff. So I'm going to plonk one down over here by the industry place. Because industry is pretty dirty in this game, so having our industrial place over, well, rather, I should say, having our landfill over by the industry makes sense, as we can just dirty up the one area. I think I'm going to put that road I had before back in. That'll be another little commercial area that we run, I think. We're running low on power right now, it seems. We're pretty much towing the line at this, and as far as power is concerned. I'm going to need to get up to the point where we will be able to put in another turbine soon, or we're going to start to have power shortage issues. And there we go. Another power turbine. That's our energy issue solved for the time being. Our little town will not have to worry about running out of power, at least in the immediate future. And we can start building a couple more homes to fulfill that little need. Apparently there's a problem with not enough workers in some of our factories over here. Isn't really anything I can do about that, sorry. You're going to have to deal with it for now. But we have become a worthy village, which unlocks police departments, fire departments, industry specializations, and some policies. As well as some new buildings, but, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier, since we're unlocking this stuff, it also unlocks the need for it. And we can now increase the size of our little city by being able to build more on more land. Of course, we have to spend money to do that, and it's not cheap. But still, it's something to look into. Now, though, I'm gonna build a hospital. And a fire station around this area to cover our little bit of industry. I want to put one in this area eventually, but we can't afford it. And I'm eventually going to want a police station. That costs 12,000, and we don't have the money right now. We just do not have the cash. Yeah. Cities Skylines, I just really enjoy it because, well, for one thing, this is the first time that I got into a city building game. Really got into it, I mean. I just enjoy it because it's really in-depth in a bunch of different ways, and you can go in really deep, and all the stuff you can build, I just think it's cool, mostly. And set policies. A lot of this is stuff I'm going to deal with later, because Right now, I'm more concerned about building up my city a little bit. And we don't have to worry too much about money right now, because we are, as I said, turning a profit now. Sorry about the long pause, everyone. My dad needed my help with something, and it took a little bit. But I'm back now, and we resume. With more building, and we now have some vehicles wandering around. Since there are actually people living in our city now, they have to go places, and they drive there. And we have no control of this area, since it's beyond the part of the map that's considered our city at this point, but we have people coming into our city from outside. Who I'm not sure if they work in a different part or not, but some of these are people from the factories taking their stuff and trading it elsewhere, which they won't just do that by vehicle. Once your city gets big enough, if you get the proper facilities, you can actually build trains, airports, and even boats. Well, stations for those, and they'll use that to trade, which is really neat. And another thing that I love about this game, they just put so much thought into the way that your city interacts with both itself and other cities that you assume exist out of your control and in areas you don't interact with. There's a fairly massive area you can grow your city to. But before you do, even when you do that, you kind of assume there are areas beyond that with other cities controlled by, well, other mayors who are doing the same thing you are. And the people in your city are interacting with them, trading, just traveling there to bitch at them, and all that sort of thing. But, yeah, that is the sort of thing you get going on here. And I know I said I'd only probably be streaming for like an hour this time, but I think I'll keep going for a little bit. I'm gonna go for like an hour and a half total, I think, for most of my streams from here on out. So that's probably the length I can safely do. And we need a school, which means I need 10,000 money. Dollars, I suppose? I don't know. But we're a little short on power again. So I'll have to build another one of these. Which barely covers us. Unfortunate that we don't really have the money to be able to build a school at the moment. School and police department are gonna have to wait until we upgrade to the next level. Until we become a tiny town, essentially. And I only just noticed this, but the date on here is being displayed in Europe, in the European model of date rather than the American one. which I didn't even notice, yet I was able to read it properly. My god, I'm getting good at jumping between time zones like that. Like, a couple years ago, if I tried to do that, it would be confusing as fuck, and I would have no idea what the hell is going on. Not so now, apparently. As I knock it up to 2 speed. And it starts raining. Apparently, no more problems with not having enough employees. That's nice to see. We're going to need to expand our housing a little bit. I'll put some along there, I think. Should take care of us for at least a little bit. Or at least slow down having a problem with it. And keep on building. We are now a tiny town. After that comes Boom Town, then Busy Town, then Big Town, then Small City, then Big City, Grand City, Capital City, Colossal City, Metropolis, Megalopolis. And the biggest population I've ever gotten a city to is about 50,000, so just shy of Metropolis, at which point I started having titanic issues with my traffic. To the point where it was basically impossible. And we need a police station here now. At that point, it was basically impossible to continue because there was so much of a traffic jam everywhere that no one was moving. Even the garbage trucks got backed up. And I had houses that got abandoned because garbage trucks couldn't get to them to collect the garbage, so it was piling up and people would abandon my city. And I think it got to the point where I had about minus 50 per week for a while, until my population shrunk enough that it stabilized. It was quite ridiculous, actually. Our elementary schools are barely covering it. High school, we need 342. We're not doing so hot as far as power is concerned. Right now, we're going to need another power plant soon. But that's a little too expensive for now. We need about another 600. Shouldn't take that much longer, though. And this will cover our power for a little bit more. So I'd say it will be worth it. Even if it does essentially break the bank for now. It's covering us for the time being. But we need more housing. I think I'm gonna have to scrap my plan and make this entire thing housing rather than commercial. Not that I have a problem with that, but it would have been cool for this to be a little commercial area. Oh well. Can't always get what you want. And this will give us some housing. The building has leveled up. No need for that. We're gonna have to start building some new housing areas soon. We can now build canals. Well, I'm not really interested in building canals at the moment. I'm interested in getting us some more power though, because we're starting to have power issues. Unfortunately, we really don't have the money for another wind turbine. So for now, I'm going to have to issue an edict to drop power usage, which is going to hurt the amount of cash we bring in quite severely, because it's about $5 for every building. Still, it will save us on power, because we won't be hemorrhaging power. Eventually I'm gonna have to build another windmill, but not for the time being. We're doing okay for now, even with a reduced income. And actually kind of like this. We're essentially going around, essentially what this is the mayor of Parsonsburg, our little town, is going around to everyone's house and telling them use less power. And we will eventually build a few parks, but I'm holding off on the time being. Actually, hell with it. Playground. And there. Plaza with trees there. And a small park over in the industrial zone. Actually, another small park over here, I think. Should help cheer people up. And I'll drop it down to 1 speed, I think. No need to be running things too fast, after all. For me, Cities Skylines is always more of a relaxing game. As much of it as it's kind of a city building simulation, and I enjoy playing it, it's more of a relaxing game than anything. Unlike something like Crusader Kings 2, I don't have to spend my time contemplating the political relationships between a dozen different lords and figure out who will try to assassinate me next. I can just basically relax and build things and watch my city run. That's one of the reasons why I like it so much. There's pretty much nothing you need to worry about. I mean, sure, I kind of have to think about my budget a little bit, but in general, as long as I don't do something too stupid, my budget will pretty much sort itself out. And it's not that hard to fix it if things start going badly, I've noticed. At least in general. That's not always the case, but more often than not it will be. Oh, and one quick viewer question. How's the quality for this stream? I mean, I know it's 480p, and I know that's not very good in general, but for internet connection reasons I've covered previously, that being that I have a DSL connection and can't really get a better one as far as I'm aware. I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with that for the time being. But just in general, like frame rate and performance and stuff, how is this stream? Ew, it appears we have some power issues currently. Right now, I think we are going to take out a loan, actually. $20,000. For one thing, I need another wind turbine or two. I'll put down 2 of those. And we need some more places for our citizens to call home. Now, I'm going to do this. But let's get some water up and running. Right now. job. I get some more honey, and I can start generating places to stay. Not in those two. Actually, yes, in those two. That was a fairly stupid thing to do. And we can start building up our city a little more. For some reason our population has started to shrink. I guess people have figured we're not building houses, so it's not a very good place to live, and they may as well move out. We're changing their minds, though. We're changing their minds quite well, indeed. So for now, I can just watch the new homes get built. As that's all people want right now. Houses. Houses and a touch of industry. Which we've still got some queued up for when people want that. As I did that earlier, just queued some stuff up and essentially said, okay, when you people want this, go ahead. When people want this, go ahead and start building it. Anywho, our city is looking very nice right now. Very nice indeed. It's a pretty small town currently, and there's not a whole lot. I mean, we have some general commerce, people going around doing stuff, and obviously our industry, which is polluting the crap out of the local area. Another reason why I wanted it far, far away from the rest of everything. But yeah, things are going well for us right now, I think. Our citizens are very happy, and people are moving in droves right now. Including new businesses and factories. It's nighttime, and too. But we don't have unlimited amounts of space to build in. But we are going to hit a boom town soon. Once we get a population of 2,200. We will hit boom town, but oh dear. Our money, we're currently hemorrhaging funds again. It looks like I may have to cancel that power usage thing. And when I get it, I'm going to build another. When I get the funds, I'll build another windmill. As right now, we were losing money because of that edict, and so I had to go and remove it. Going pretty well, though. We certainly don't have everything that we'd like, but we're doing decent. Overall. Education, though, our education system needs some work. And we have now been upgraded to a boom town. And we get loads more stuff. I like getting more stuff. Next, we need 2,000 more population to become a busy town. But we got a bunch more cash. However, this stream has been going on for quite a bit, and we're just about to hit the hour-and-a-half mark in a little bit, so I think I am going to call a close to it here. First of all, I'm gonna save, though. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this live stream here. So, I hope you've enjoyed watching me play Cities Skylines. And I will be back playing Cities Skylines again. As I just opened this. Yeah, I'll be back to play Cities Skylines again on Wednesday at about 9:30 in the morning, probably. But if you're looking for something other than Cities Skylines from one of my live streams, then I also stream Mountain Blade Warband, or I've started doing it recently, that is, with the Calradia at War mod on Mondays and Thursdays at 9:30 in the morning. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. And you can find all this down below in my little channels detail page thing that I have just below my streams. So you can check that out if you're interested in something else. And currently my streams are on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday are in the morning. The Sunday ones, as with today, are at 2 in the afternoon. And you can also find me on YouTube if that's something you're interested in. I do a variety of videos over there. Mostly RPGs and strategy games with some horror thrown into the mix. But anyways, I should stop rambling now and just shut up. So, this has been Dark Phoenix Ninja 92, and I appreciate you coming out to watch my live stream. Thank you very much, and I hope you'll join me again for the next one. So long, folks.